Hey, 7th graders, looking at lesson 2 today, which is on the endocrine system. So, our My Planet Diary is a misconception, and it's the cause of acne. Maybe you're interested in this one if you're having those problems at this time. So, the misconception is that eating oily foods can cause acne. So, it says scientists have not found a link between eating certain foods and acne. So, what does cause acne? Much of the blame falls on certain hormones. Your body starts to produce these hormones when you enter adolescence. They stimulate your body to produce an oily substance called sebum. When your body produces too much sebum, some hair follicles in your skin may become blocked. This blockage causes bacteria to get trapped. Because the sebum and bacteria have nowhere to go, your skin becomes inflamed. The result is acne. So maybe that's interesting to you. So 2 key questions today. How does the endocrine system function, and what controls hormone levels? So the endocrine system regulates short-term and long-term activities by sending chemicals throughout the body. Long-term changes include growth and development. Let me move my bubble here. Maybe. There we go. So a gland is an organ that produces and releases chemicals either through ducts or into the bloodstream. Ducts are a tiny tube through which chemicals are released from a gland. We already talked about hormones a little bit, but those are the chemical produced by an endocrine gland. Target cells are a cell in the body that recognizes a hormone's chemical structure. And I'll move my bubble one more time. We'll just put it up here. There we go. So the thyroid gland produces hormones such as thyroxine that control energy-related reactions and other functions in cells. Parathyroid glands regulate the blood's calcium levels. The adrenal glands release adrenaline. I think that was pretty easy to remember, adrenaline, which triggers a response to emergencies or excitement. Maybe you've heard of the fight or flight response. That's similar to adrenaline. Your body can help you fight because of the adrenaline. Other hormones from these glands affect salt and water balance in the kidneys and sugar in the blood. The pancreas produces the hormones insulin and glucagon, which control the blood's glucose level. Things related to diabetes there for that one. The hypothalamus links the nervous and endocrine systems and controls the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland controls other endocrine glands and regulates processes including growth, blood pressure, and water balance. The thymus gland helps the immune system develop during childhood. So here now we're going to talk about the differences in a male and female's body. So in males, testes release the hormone testosterone, which controls changes in a growing male's body and regulates sperm production. Now in a female, ovaries produce female reproductive hormones. Estrogen controls changes in a growing female's body. Estrogen and progesterone trigger egg development. So there are some hormones that are more noticeable in males versus females, but actually both male and female have just a little bit of the opposite one. So that's maybe something interesting to you. It was interesting to me when I learned that. So vocab, not vocab yet. A couple more things to learn first. The hypothalamus is a part of the brain that links the nervous system and the endocrine system. We talked about that. The pituitary gland is an endocrine gland that regulates many body activities and controls the actions of several other endocrine glands. Negative feedback is a process in which a system is turned off by the condition it produces. When the amount of a hormone in the blood reaches a certain level, the endocrine system sends signals that stop the release of that hormone. So your body is paying attention and it knows what to do when something maybe isn't doing the right thing. They're not doing what they're supposed to. So the hypothalamus senses that cells need more energy and signals the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland releases thyroid-stimulating hormone, or TSH. TSH signals the thyroid gland to produce more thyroxine. The hypothalamus senses that the thyroxine level is high enough and signals the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland stops releasing TSH, and the thyroid gland stops producing as much thyroxine. So everything is a cycle. So our vocab gland is an organ that produces and releases chemicals either through ducts or into the bloodstream. Ducts are a tiny tube through which chemicals are released from a gland. Hormone is the chemical produced by an endocrine gland. Target cells, a cell in the body that recognizes a hormone's chemical structure. Hypothalamus is a part of the brain that links the nervous system and the endocrine system. Vocabulary. Pituitary gland is an endocrine gland that regulates many body activities and controls the actions of several other endocrine glands. Negative feedback is a process in which a system is turned off by the condition it produces. So, your assignment is to complete the abdominal questions for lesson 2 on the endocrine system. I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up. So next Tuesday and Thursday, we will be talking a little more about male and female reproduction and the systems that go along with that. So if you need maybe time to prepare or whatever that is, here's your heads up. We won't go super in-depth because you would do that in a high school class, whether it's biology sometimes or like life science or anatomy, maybe even sex ed. There's lots of different things and lots of different classes where you would learn more. So we're just going to do a quick overview. If you have any concerns or questions before that, please send me a message. Otherwise, Tuesday and Thursday next week is when we'll start talking about that. Okay? So complete the modal questions and have a wonderful Thursday. Also, don't forget to come to testing tomorrow.